So Mark, tell us how you feel.
So I'm so excited to be here today, and diversity is something that I'm very passionate about, and I think we're all passionate about it because it's what makes life really interesting. When people ask me what I do for a living, my first reaction is to say that I'm a landscape architect, but what I really want to tell them is that I'm a storyteller, and I love telling stories. And it's through stories that we tell about our diversity and about place and what makes a place. When we think about all the places in the world that we love, we're intrigued by, we want to go to, it's this amazing combination of ecology and culture that give its place its identity. And as landscape architects, we have this amazing role to tell the stories of those unique, diverse places. In the last 10 years, we've really begun to talk about, understand the idea about ecological diversity, that a native ecology now is completely changed, that due to issues of global warming, urbanization, what grows at some place is changing. Things are getting more mixed up. And we need to be thinking about our culture in the same way that we're thinking about our ecology, and really deliberately understand this hybrid society that we're a part of and we have a responsibility to. This is a diagram from the 60s, from the Nielsen reports, that really talked about America's diversity. They called this the Smile of America. It really showed the location of where more diverse populations were located along the coasts. Today's mapping by Nielsen of diversity has really changed. It's all over the country. It's not just along the coast anymore, but every single place that we all live is becoming more diverse. It's like amazing, it's really wonderful. There's another kind of diversity, and I am, and probably a lot of you are also, a new hybrid American. My father, Guillermo Rios, was from Coatzacoalcos, Mexico, and my mother, Jean, Swedish, was from Minnesota. And so I'm a hybrid of those cultures. I'm a product of them. I love both of them. I'm not one or the other. I'm both of them. And so as landscape architects, we need to find a way of talking about that. I want to talk very briefly about one of our projects, Grand Park in downtown Los Angeles, finished about 4 or 5 years ago. The map on the screen addresses the multicultural population of Los Angeles. And you can see all those color blocks. Those are all of our different amazing multicultural communities located in Los Angeles. 54% of households in Los Angeles do not speak English as their primary language at home. There are 224 different languages represented in Los Angeles County. As part of learning about any place, landscape architects do a lot of research. And part of our research process is to really understand who we're working for, who our client is. And so this map basically takes that population maps and spreads it across the globe so we can visually understand where everybody in Los Angeles came from. 92 different languages are represented in our school district. And when we start understanding who we are, where we come from, our values, our cultures, what we eat, how we celebrate, what's important to us, all become clearer. And through this, we started finding that everyone that lives around the equator, all around the globe, have a lot of things in common, all cultures. It deals with temperature, it deals with weather, it deals with topography. And as landscape architects, it's interesting, we all know this, that things that have the same ecological systems flourish. And so what grows around the globe, around the equator, pretty much grows around the globe and around the equator. And so that became the idea for Grand Park. And so this diagram up on the screen here shows this kind of colorful plan. And this is about the multicultural gardens of Los Angeles. It's about the multicultural community that we're a part of. And my dream has always been that some grandmother is going to be walking with some grandkid and she'll see a plant or there'll be a festival and she'll say, this reminds me of a story. And she'll tell someone a story. And so we all strive hard to find ways to tell authentic and genuine and appropriate stories about our contemporary world. The story of a place is complex, it's diverse, it's layered, it's rich. Storytelling is, I think, one of the fun things about what we do. So in this project, there are all sorts of little funny and thoughtful ways that we tell this story about Los Angeles. And finally, to be able to tell diverse stories that are real, you need diverse storytellers. And so we're very passionate. This is my family portrait, my family office portrait. And if you can see, there's all these red dots on the globe, and that's where all of us come from. And we very carefully curate our office. And it goes beyond issues of ethnicity, that diversity includes diversity of age, of gender, of what you believe in, what your belief systems are, how you were brought up, where you were brought up. One of the things I'm really proud, the image in the middle on the lower side, it says the countries we've traveled to. In order to design for diverse communities, we have to see the world. And so encouraging travel is really important if we're going to be able to do what we want to do. To tell diverse stories, we have to commit to being diverse storytellers. And finally, I want to leave with a question that how can landscape architects lead this evolution of contemporary places to represent an inclusive, a really inclusive fusion of both ecology and culture?
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for sharing your story. It was marvelous.